kuna mtu najua amezaliwa first. Sasa first ni kitu ya kuzaliwa serious. But I mean it's a good, but you already know people celebrating you. Yeah. You know,
New Year's
but
and everything.
Like just
I think
passes.
I know one person born on Christmas.
Christmas nice.
No, but it's never your birthday. It's Christmas
Day. Christmas is cloud chasing, honestly. Like, where are you born?
Attention.
You had one job.
You born on Christmas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Banter over Brunch podcast.
Yes.
Yes. This is episode 119, and we are so excited for this season. My name is Alexia Musau.
My name is Kanji, and today, of course, you see we have a big boy in the building.
An icon.
Mm-hmm. But do we see? Yes. Yeah, we've said we're starting the season strong.
Yes.
Even and expect much more coming up. But today we have an amazing guest. Maybe I don't know if there's a time to introduce her or we have some.
Yeah, I think we can just go ahead and introduce yourself for those who don't know you. For those, who haven't yet gotten to know you.
Oh, that's such an intro, and I don't know why my heart is pounding out of my chest. But hi guys, my name is Stephanie Nganga. I'm a digital content creator and the show host of the SNS and a proud cat mom. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Have we not talked about cats? I know Alice wants to already take the topic too.
I relate. Yeah.
Are you a cat mom?
Well, by extension,
okay.
Yeah.
She's a co-parent.
But I really do love cats now, and I love that cat to death. So.
Aww.
Yeah, proud cat mom.
Yeah, we love our gremlins.
I've been told it's a deal breaker, by the way. I should have said these things at the beginning of the relationship. So I'm a cat mom by extension. I just like seeing cat moms online.
Okay.
They're so sweet. I'll see. I'm praying God willing one of my kids loves cats.
Yeah.
That is the one I will use. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for gracing the Banter over Brunch podcast.
Anytime.
We are genuinely so excited to have you.
Same here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for honoring our invite. I think we'll just get straight into the episode because there's so much we want to
unpack.
We were discussing so much even before we even started.
Yes, I think we need Stephanie back for part 2 because we've had a great time before we started the
That's on period.
So you did say that you are a digital content creator and a show host of the SNS show.
I mean, as I mentioned, I'm a cat mom.
Okay.
So my boyfriend, shout out to you, boo.
Shout out to
my man.
But then, guys, you're having a boyfriend's episode on Banter over Brunch.
People in the studio are pushing an agenda that I'm not.
Are you guys interested in having our boyfriends?
Yes.
On the podcast?
Yes. Thumbs up. Yes.
Comment down below. We'll put a poll.
So he recently got my cats a grand cat bed, and they've been loving it. So that is something that has caught my eye.
The cats are sleeping.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we should insert like a picture here.
Okay, send it to us. We'll put see the cats.
So there's that, which has been so cute because I can't imagine having a partner who does not like my cats. I think it's my cats than him.
How many cats are we speaking?
Two, Peppers and Pal.
Did you get them at the same time?
No, I got Peppers in 2021, late 2021, and Pal is actually from him. It was like one of the kittens in his litter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Husband him. That was a wife him. Husband him.
That was probably the cutest thing that's happened this week. I also want to go and watch The Meg. I don't know if you guys are like big fans of like movies and.
Yes, I am, but I follow someone else who tells me let's go for this one.
Okay.
So the one and key.
I watched Oppenheimer. Did you guys watch Oppenheimer?
Loved it.
I loved it.
You
so
see,
much.
you see what I was bashing Barbie, not in a bad way, but.
You felt like but they are two very incomparable movies
true,
to be
genres.
fair.
I loved Barbie.
I loved Barbie as well. Like honestly, when I watched it, I was really in it. But I don't think you should have watched Oppenheimer before Barbie.
My expectations were
feel. And once I watched it at 10 p.m., it's ending at 1. No, but that was crazy.
Yeah. I love Christopher Nolan. I think
Yeah.
his films are out of this world. I started loving him from Days of Inception. I watched him through Interstellar. What's this other one? Tenet is the one that was, can I curse?
Yeah.
It was like a mind fuck when I was in the cinema. So I left and I was like, I don't even know what has happened. And then now Oppenheimer. So yeah.
What's this guy's name? The main actor.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
That's
I
my
love
husband.
that guy. That guy can act. Peaky
He has
Blinders.
range.
Yeah.
He really just does whatever role he's been given to the core. I did want them to show the explosion, but I felt like maybe that they didn't show because it was too graphic to show like all those people who died from the explosion.
Plus, I think it's like a very sensitive to reenact something like the Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that?
You know, these are things we learn in history. Because I kept now thinking back. Did you do history in high school?
And yes, but it wasn't like I dropped it at the first chance I
think
could.
Yeah, I think it was like Form 3, Form 4.
Yeah.
Maybe when we did the World Wars. And I was like, wow, you know, you just do it for exams. But I was like, these are actual
Things that
people.
actually,
Yeah.
and people will hear about COVID and think like, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
It was a lot. It
And
was
then
a
just
lot.
to realize that something similar happened in Beirut in 2020, I was just like, wow.
That's crazy.
Like a bomb, and even the effect he was having after that bombing happened.
Yeah.
And like, I know I was on his side when he was being in law. I'm sorry, this is very deep. You can skip this part if you're about to finish. But like,
I'm not skip.
I'm gonna skip. My bad.
Watch this.
Watch this. But like, I know when he was being tried in court for being responsible, whatever, I was just like, I know we're defending him, like, you understood, but I'm like, this guy built a bomb that could kill all these people. And like, actually, that's something he should have been taken in for. I don't know, but I know he was convinced.
Tried and convicted.
And also the US, I don't know.
And then they make it sound like patriotism.
Yeah, you know, you're doing it for your
country.
country.
But when you think about the wars, like, and yeah, what was happening? This power thingy, pride, like, it's too much, you know. The nuclear
just to show
weapons,
people,
also,
I have a thing to kill so many more people than you. So
for what?
and actually put it like, let it happen, and you know the impact it's gonna have. And it's crazy that possibly it could have ended the whole world. Do you think the world can end with a bomb? Okay, this is getting too deep.
Physics.
Let's do some physics.
Some quantum physics shit.
I guess.
Tebu, someone do those calculations for us and let us know in the comments.
Young Sheldon.
Anyway, before I get too deep into that. Yeah, so movies.
I'm a big fiend. It's almost like a form of escapism for me. As I walk down that aisle, there is nothing wrong in the world.
Wow.
The grass is green and the sky is blue, and
Okay. I'm starting to appreciate movies also. Like I said, I wasn't a big movie person. I didn't understand Marvel, those DC. I didn't understand.
How dare you?
Hata Christopher Nolan ni sahi tu nimeanza nimeambiwa watch all his movies. I'm like, we'll watch. But I'm coming to appreciate, I guess.
Cinema more.
Yes.
It really is an art.
And actually going to the movies, because people do say you can watch things at home. Until watching Marvel at home, sometimes it's like, what's happening?
I think for me it's more of like an experience.
Yes, and I feel like there's some movies you can watch at home, but there's some
that you just need to
you need to be
and focused.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise. I'm the biggest.
Oh
biggest
my goodness!
Fan. Tom Cruise, if you're watching this,
no, at least even you don't know Tom Cruise.
I know Tom Cruise,
no,
but like,
first of all, he's so extra.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to do the things that he does.
Oh, he does all his stunt work.
Yeah. And if you look at the BTS, he's literally jumping out of
off cliff,
learned how to fly a plane.
So
some people are built for this.
Does he have those stars in Hollywood?
Oh, the ones that are
called?
No, I don't know if he has
Utapata Vera amesema featured there the way she acts in Real Housewives of Nairobi.
She said that.
Yeah, so I mean Hollywood getting us. I just feel like I don't know why I thought of that, but I feel like that's such
umeturudisha.
Yeah, can we come back
from Tom Cruise?
Cruise, come on.
Yeah, so like movies that you should watch just for the experience are like action and thriller movies. I believe should be watched in
the
the
cinema.
Go and
Valid.
sit and watch it in 3D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Valid.
You guys give Tom Cruise his flowers though. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexia,
Me, I'm good. I'm good. We're coming into the part of the year that's very expensive.
Yeah.
I think when Alice
Yeah.
share the same sentiments, we have birthdays this quarter. We have
Wow.
and a lot of our friends. I just feel like September, October, November, December is when people want to travel. People want to, So, but it's always a good time.
Yeah.
I guess. Yes, always something
Me,
to
I
look
mean,
forward
I'm
to.
all aboard the travel dream.
Star sign?
Yeah.
Star signs.
Scorpio.
Virgo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why?
I'm an Aquarius. I was born in the first quarter.
Ah.
January, to be specific.
Shame.
Yeah. It's
Worst
no fun.
days.
Yeah.
I know, but next week, guys. Okay, by the time we watch this next week, it's gonna be my birthday, and I will have just come. No, not just come back from Rwanda, but I will have come from Rwanda. I'll give you guys updates when we do have an episode after I've already left. But I know I keep touching my mic. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's the emotion.
It's like about to wail. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you have tissues?
I'm feeling like it's I'm close to 30, basically. If you think about it
Good night.
in the grand scheme
It's
of
like years
things,
away, but okay.
I'm like
but daytime is flying.
I'm
yeah.
basically
Yeah.
25
You're
if you
50.
think about it. Which basically means right now is when ideally I was supposed to, have my shit together.
You know that meme for me at 25? How I found that it's Jerry for Tom and Jerry holding the Dove shower gel in the shower.
Yeah. I'm still in my mom's house. I'm feeling a lot of pressure to adult and okay, now things are getting real. I need money. I think I'm in my I need money era.
Don't we all? Send money.
Send funds.
Yeah.
The state of Nairobi is not helping it anyhow anywhere because everything is so expensive right now. Sijui nasikia maepasua hata imefika sijui hata 50 bob if I'm not even
7.
I won't be
But
shocked.
Smocha is 70 or something.
Sijui sugar is insane, fuel, just everything is just so expensive and the money is scarce. So it's just I'm hoping by the time this episode comes out, my decrease in salary for those who know is going to be an increase. And yeah, I'm hoping that message goes to the relevant parties.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Umefungua roho episode.
But yeah, no. Me, anything September is always good vibes, good energy. I love my birthday. I'm those people. Birthdays must be celebrated, even though I feel so much pressure. Okay, I want to celebrate, but maybe not everybody has the capacity to do the experiences that I want to do for my birthday or around the season. People are thinking December. People are thinking, hey, I have this big vacation coming up. So it's whose birthday next week but one. It's whose birthday next week but one. So having people to just say, okay, we're coming together to do this. Long story short, I want to travel and I don't have people to travel with. So, I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm just very excited for September. September is the best month of the year. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you need to know right now. And the haters like Alexia can hate, but October has nothing on September anyway. So yeah, give me your birthday suggestions, ideas, and yeah, Virgo season is here. Period.
Nice.
Wow. She has really given September good PR. I hope September treats us well.
September people always are good with the PR. There's a month hata zinapita hata hakuna kitu inasemangwa. I don't know,
Let's not even talk about January. So
January at least people talk about it, but the PR is
People even
bad.
talk about
Something
August.
like March. I feel like March.
No, March, a lot happens in March. June.
Even
Just
July
somewhat.
baridi. Like this.
July is
May,
July is right
some
up there.
months, yeah. There's
Yeah.
no March.
okay.
There's no March.
They need
But
new PR
September,
people.
yeah. If
September
you
is
know,
the
you
it
know.
girl.
It's the it girl. It's who she thinks she is.
And that's on Alice.
That's
Period.
Alice. All months are
Hakuna kitu
valid.
kama hiyo.
Kujeni you defend your months, your birthday months.
Hey, I
comments,
can't
but
even
yeah.
speak for mine. It's not looking good, bruv.
January.
Jan.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Jan when?
It's like, it's end month Thank God.
At least.
Yeah.
These guys are paid.
Kuna mtu najua amezaliwa fast. Sasa fast ni kitu ya kuzaliwa serious. But I mean, it's a good, but you already know people celebrating you.
Yeah.
You know,
New Year's
but
and
it feels
everything.
like
I
just
think
passes.
I know one person born on Christmas.
A Christmas nice.
No, but it's never your birthday. It's Christmas
Yeah,
Day.
Christmas is cloud chasing, honestly. Like, why are you born?
Attention.
You had one job.
born on Christmas.
Let me stop saying that.
But actually, there are many of those babies. Like 25th December. Maybe parents, you know, some religious parents might say, like, that's what their goal was, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm presuming.
Taking it to the Lord.
You have the
Yeah.
same birthday as the Lord Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
it's not his birthday,
Hallelujah.
actually, but
Okay.
Anyway, this is
Let's
taking
get-
such a
yeah,
weird
let's
turn.
go
Let's get to the
the
episode.
guys. As Stephanie introduced herself, you're a digital content creator
Yes.
and a show host for the SNS show. How did we get here? I think you started, I think, on YouTube, and you'll tell us,
Yeah.
and you've sort of found your voice, found yourself, and I just want to know, how we've gotten here.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can start in the beginning.
In the
So
beginning.
for context, I started creating content in 2019, and at the time it was solely beauty content.
Okay.
So I was an upcoming MUA.
Oh, nice.
And then
Makeup artist.
yeah, makeup artist. And so that was I started on Instagram, then I transitioned to YouTube in April of the same year. And even when I started at the time, it was purely makeup content. And then mid 2019 I started creating story time. So I transitioned into doing story times. The OGs remember those godforsaken story times.
Yeah.
On YouTube still.
Yeah, on YouTube. And then now by the end of that year I had now fully transitioned into doing vlogs.
Okay.
So I did that for about 3 years. So 19, 20, 21. And at the end of 2021, it started to feel monotonous because now I had transitioned fully into doing just vlogs. And I mean, there's only so much I could vlog.
Yeah, not
So
every
I
day is
really-
interesting.
Yeah, I really appreciate creators who have been vlogging for years on end, because for me, it started to feel more like a chore. And then also towards the end of 2020 is when I was completing my undergrad. So it was now like, okay, what are we going to be doing after school?
Yes.
So I had like a 6-month window. And I don't know, maybe it was very naive of me to think by that time I'll have
Figured things out.
sorted everything and we shall be good.
Aren't we all thinking that?
I think I'm still in my 6-month window. So I took a break on YouTube and I really needed to think about what I wanted to do afterwards. So really SNS was born out of a period that was filled with so much uncertainty and so much anticipatory anxiety, especially leading up to my graduation. Because when you graduate, everybody's like, okay, so what next?
Yeah, and
what are you
I
doing?
think even our parents'
Yeah.
generation or so, they're used to jobs. Like,
Mm.
I've just
We were
sent
just
a CV there, I'm
discussing
interviewing here, you know. So when
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm thinking of something, like, will that bring in money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think also based on what I did in my undergrad, I did
Yes.
journalism with a concentration in broadcast, and I think it was everybody's assumption that I'll just automatically walk
Go
into
into-
TV or radio and everything will just work out just fine. So it was one of those ones where I really had fallen in love with creating content. So I needed to find a way to merge my love for content and what I would like to do long term.
Okay.
So SNS was really the platform that would allow me to unconventionally practice my degree.
You
So that's-
created your own job,
Yeah.
your own media company.
Yeah. So that's how it started.
Icons, we told you. Icons.
Yeah, that's what we bring here, not just like any basic ass people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both me and Alice seeing you bringing that to light was like, wow. You
Yeah.
know, it
Yeah,
was
like I think we immediately sent each other like the first episode drop, or even just the trailer, the
the
video,
teasers, yeah.
the teasers, the
Yeah.
way you did the creative shoot,
Yeah.
and everything was just very inspirational as well.
Thank
Because
you.
I mean, I used to know you while
Yeah.
you were, coming to when you were doing the vlogs, and when you
Yeah.
were starting up
Yeah.
in 2019.
Yeah.
We even tried to create like a group for content.
Yeah,
upcoming
we
content
actually shot at my
creators.
house.
Me, David Kanji,
Yeah.
Stephanie, me ndio mliachwa nyuma because I'm serious for real sometimes.
Don't say that.
No, never shindwe. Today
Yeah.
Gail told me.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
you
here
two
at Banter.
detached
Brunch.
from that.
Yeah.
CV.
yeah, no, but so I mean, I wanted to even ask you, like, when during that period of time when you were vlogging, I feel like YouTube is a very difficult platform to grow in.
We'll talk about it.
And so how did you just still kept pushing through, still going, posting the vlogs on YouTube and, basically continuing with your journey until you said, okay, maybe this is still what I want to pursue, and just keep up the consistency and stuff?
Yeah, I think to answer your question, what pushed me was I am someone who I operate like it's plan A or plan A. Like this has got to work. So even pushing myself, I will say I have to give like props to having like a community of creators where a lot of people are like, you're doing the same thing. And so we would hold each other accountable. Like Alice, where's the vlog? Or like Alexia, when is this dropping? So that really helped. But yeah, I was I think I was very intentional about it. Like I actually wanted to make it work. I am still figuring, even though it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't look like it, but I'm still trying to figure out, the ropes and everything. But yeah, I think what guided me the most was the intentionality. Like I really wanted it to work. Yeah.
Okay, I really like that. I think I gave up.
And it's
but
okay.
I gave up on that particular journey,
And then
or I took a pause. But the love for content creation still remains. It's still what I do.
Yeah.
It's still my everything.
It really
just
is
in a
the
different
love
kind of dynamic. Maybe it's whether it's for brand partnerships, whether it's for the podcast, whether it's for MTS, which is my other podcast. Go check it out. It's still a content creation journey, just a different path.
Yeah.
And so I think it's also still just goes to show you need to like really want to do it if you're gonna make it in this space, especially because competition right now is so high, girl. Everybody's a content creator, honey.
Yeah.
Everybody's a podcaster. How many people have a podcast now? Everybody.
But it's interesting, like when I hear people say that, because I don't even think we have scratched the surface. Like I don't even think our market is quote unquote saturated
for content creators.
Yeah, like I think the more the merrier, and that way we are able to either like have, like the more numbers there are, the more it starts to feel like an industry that is growing. The bigger industry means there's like standardized regulation. Like it would be great. So please join the platforms. Thank you.
And I had, I don't know if you joined the live that Terembe, Patricia,
Miss Tracy and Susan,
yes, had. And people are always like, oh, should we niche? Something that's a lot stood out for me, but someone kept asking about niching, and some guy said, you are the niche. You are the niche.
Yeah.
And I was like, powerful.
It's interesting.
Because I'm like, there's no one like me. There's no one who talks like me, does things the way I do, looks
You're
like
very
me.
unique to you.
I am the niche. I don't have to fit into, when you think of niche, it's like food.
That used to bug me
beauty.
all the time. I used to be so frustrated because everybody has a niche. Stephanie is doing makeup. David is cooking.
Yeah.
What's Alice doing?
Exactly.
No, that is what actually prompted me to even branch out into SNS.
Yes.
Because I had felt for the longest time I had been boxed into being like which there's nothing wrong, by the way, with niching. It's just for me, I felt like I'd been in a box of, she's the babe who does makeup, and I was like, there has to be more to me than just that. So
that
I had to
identity.
now merge my degree and content and now birth something new. So
I
the
think that's
niching thing
almost the same thing Stephanie
speaks
came
to
and
me.
told us, like, I'm tired of just doing makeup content and being identified as this. Now I want to do a lot more lifestyle stuff, and I see she's been pursuing. I see her campaign with Shivas has been going well. Shout out to our girl Steph.
Yeah. So. And I want to know more about Steph than sometimes just the makeup.
Exactly.
So I think when you sort of remove yourself from the box, people get to fall in love with other elements of you, or get to connect,
but
with you
also
on a
might
deeper...
feel more entitled.
Yes. So I feel like, as you said, it's okay if you feel like you want to niche and you've gotten it and it works for you. There's some people who just cook. Even like, okay, Dennis Obachi, at least he gives us some fatherhood content. But there's some people, even they don't have or they have a faceless page, like three broke foodies or something. They've never shown their faces. They just do reviews, restaurants, and that's it. And that's their niche. I believe they're ladies, their niche, and that's it. And it works for them and for their audience. So I feel like it's you just go and figure it out. I guess.
I think for me also, because where we are with, I would like to say, the beauty industry, there's nothing new under the sun. So I started to think of myself in the space and my longevity. there are only so many tutorials
I
can do,
there's only skincare that's just like
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was very, SNS really gave me, like, it opened a door for me to express myself in different ways other than those I had been inclined to share.
Which is awesome. We love to hear it. We love to see it, and we're wishing you all the best as you do SNS
from your mouth to God's ears.
Amen. Amen. But it's gonna do good. Like you know, when the effort translates, like even as an audience consumer, as a consumer, you can see something that you 100% think is gonna be successful, and I think you are definitely in that realm because of all the effort you've put in, which I think we're also gonna talk about, like having a team, and now to grow a business you need more money, and where's that more money coming from, and now just this striking a balance. Basically.
Thank you. In fact, that's what I wanted to ask. Like
segue.
Yes.
Segue.
We didn't plan it. We just flow like that. How do you balance everything? I feel like sometimes it may look easy. I think even before we started recording, and then like after, I'm like, what? You actually do all that? I think when you just view from a screen and you're like, oh, episodes come out every Wednesday, and you're like, but like there's planning, there's organizing your team still, and your personal content as well. So how do you balance all of that? And I don't know if you manage to stay afloat. Like, how's that for you?
I think for the longest time I was working towards achieving a balance. But then for me, it's not feasible. And I think I saw this somewhere, how in place of us striving to achieve work-life balance, we achieve harmony.
Yes.
Because when you think of balance, I often alluded to, like, there's a tipping of scales.
Yes.
So often one thing will get, more than the other. But then for me now, I think about it like harmony. So everything to just, it's like an ebb and flow and coexistence, and everything just melts together into one pot.
Yes.
So I don't know if I have ever achieved or will ever achieve a balance, but I am working and striving towards achieving some form of harmony. So for me, SNS at the moment is singing like three voices, if you actually think of it like a harmony, because it's what is taking a lot of my priority. So how I would achieve said harmony is I like to think I'm a good planner.
Okay.
I am not a spontaneous person. Even in my own personal life, I do not like spontaneity. I don't really thrive in uncertainty and gray areas. I like things black and white and properly planned.
And aware of them, and
and I like to be in control,
Okay.
So SNS is what takes a majority of my priority at the moment. And usually, because should I get into how we shoot? Okay, so we bulk film, which means we meet probably twice in a month, back to back, and we shoot all the episodes that you see, and then we roll them out weekly. But before you see us coming together, there's been like a week or two before of me sitting down with my team, and we're like, these are the dates we want to log, and then we have to synchronize with the management for location shoot. Then now we get to the guests, and now it's also like a lot of back and forth. Are you available? What does this time work for you? So I don't know really, but I know at the moment SNS takes first precedence, and then everything else just falls into place.
And I think one thing that stood out for me is yourself. You know you don't like surprises. You don't
I'm very clear.
You want to be in
I love clarity.
So I think that way you're able to work backwards and be like, okay, then I need to start planning for this once in a month shoot. Like at this point, I need to lock down these things and talk to management and stuff like that. So I think what stood out for me there is just knowing yourself and how you work. There's some people.
I cannot do something
Can you
spontaneous.
just tell us how you got to that point of organization?
I think it's a private session.
I think
because me, even waking up, especially working from home, it's like my schedule changes. Over 2 weeks, maybe they'll get a new schedule, but it's always just like I lack sometimes that level of consistency. I know that things I'm gonna do them because they're like to deadlines. Maybe I've set for myself, but especially if they're for myself, I'm not as strict. So how did you get to that?
I don't know. I will say I get a satisfaction from to-do lists. I literally have an app on my phone called Todoist. So I tick off, I write everything. And then you know how like when you, it makes that sound.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, we're doing it. So I think for the longest time, I like to-do lists. I'm a to-do list warrior. Like if it's not on my to-do list, it's not going to get done. So I think that's,
and if it's there, it's gotta get done.
Yeah. And then my older sister Irimo is also, if you think I'm a planner, she is meticulous to a T. Everything is quite literally dotted. So yeah, I think there's a lot of influence from her.
I think listening to Alice, I was judging you, but I think I'm also like you. Because I feel like when you're your own boss, you know, in terms of passion projects or in terms of things that you're the one handling, there's a sort of lagging that you can have. Like, for your job, it's sort of like, I have to do this, you know. But these other things are like, okay. Even if you don't manage, you'll send it to tomorrow's to-do list. Then it goes to Wednesdays. Then goes to, like, okay, next week for real, I'm working on this passion project and stuff like that. But I think my answer that I've answered myself from what you've said is, it's intentionality, and this thing has to work, and I'm the one who has to make it
like
work.
there's nobody else or plan A.
I think for me it's always like, okay.
I mean, fine, we can have contingencies in place, but often when we have them, people rely on them, and so it's like you have a crutch. For me, I'm like, and I think also for me, because as you were saying, I do a lot of the things by myself. Nobody else is gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's up to me. If I don't do it today, it will still be waiting for me tomorrow. So I would rather do it today.
Get that over and done with.
Okay. So to-do list warriors, check in.
I'm also a to-do list person, but it's also next day. Then I like, and then me, I'm those people like, next week I'm starting for real. Then if you got 20th, next month, I'm saying next month is my month. It's the month I take it seriously. I can me sometimes towards the end of the day, I'm like, next year.
We start again.
Next year I'm a brand new person.
But I think every day is a new beginning. Don't look at it as next week, tomorrow, and just show up for yourself. Awesome. I talk about something that I feel like a lot of content creators struggle with, and I want to find out like if you've been through like imposter syndrome.
That's my second name.
Creative blocks. Especially now that you're, I'd say, full-time into content creation. Absolutely. And I mean, SNS literally is your name. So
that's my baby.
Not there, when no one else is coming to host it, you know. So how do you get over those?
You know, the interesting thing about my relationship with being a creative, I like to allude it to Bridgerton. Have you guys watched Bridgerton?
No.
You guys have not watched Bridgerton?
I haven't.
I have.
You've not watched Bridgerton?
I have.
Any particular reason?
I'll watch it at some point.
But we're 3 seasons in. It's about damn time.
I have a lot to
okay.
I like to binge now.
All right. So there's a character, Lord Anthony Bridgerton. He's played by Jonathan Bailey. He's an amazing actor. And in season 2, because that's the season he's in, he tells his love interest, Kate Sharma, I forget the babe who's played her character, but he tells her, you are the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires. And that is what content feels like for me. It has brought me immense joy and satisfaction and fulfillment and purpose. But at the same time, it has taken a sister out. Like it has brought me majority of my frustrations. It took me to therapy because I needed to find healthy coping mechanisms and outlets for the stresses within this field. So what was the question again?
Just if you've dealt with
imposter syndrome. So with that in mind, I was leading to it. With that in mind, because I know how content, a lot of the times we are told, treat it like a business, you know, take the emotion out of it. But I'm someone who is very much in touch with my emotions. And even as creators, we always say we can't pour from an empty cup. So I strive to create from a place of abundance and joy, not scarcity or exasperation and desperation. So when those moments hit, imposter syndrome, creative block, I have something called nothing days, where I just do absolutely nothing. No, I mean, obviously you think, but like I'm doing nothing. And nothing days for me are like binging. Like I'm currently in season 4 of Suits. I'm a serial binger as is. And then also my sister consistently reminds me, she's played such a big role, by the way, in me consistently creating. My worth is not tied to my productivity, because often I would find myself trying to make sure I'm busy. And in this field, it's like we're told consistency is key, which it is, and it's the only way you reap results. But I think we also need to emphasize on just the harmony of the balance,
Yes.
So you're trying to push out content and pump out content like a machine, and there are trends and you need to catch up, and your audience will forget you. So reminding yourself that you are not your worth is not it's okay. Your worth is not tied to your productivity.
The thought was there.
Yeah.
May I?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I let that get the best of me, and if I get overwhelmed, I'll end up probably doing nothing because I'll be like, like I'm gonna keep avoiding and procrastinating till now I'm embarrassed. I get this feeling where I get embarrassed to even look at the social media platform because of my lack of presence, no matter what platform it is.
Yeah.
So like right now I'm avoiding going to my Textory Africa platforms because I'm like, oh my god, I've not even posted in like fucking 2-3 weeks. I'm even like scared to open.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I just really avoid, even like when I don't post for Honeycomb, which is where I work, I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. Instead of just posting.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I don't know why I find it difficult, because now I'll start like, okay, now I know I need to create a nice plan that I follow, and I spend so much time planning and not executing sometimes, and it's just like yeah. So I think I let that get the best of me, of like when it gets overwhelming, and like maybe I'll end up having more nothing days than I should have.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's a lie. I feel like I still do work, but I just do it under a lot of stress of what I should be doing more. So maybe that's why it's important to have like to-do list, so that like it's everything that looks so overwhelming, if you just can't put them into days, you realize it's not like that as overwhelming, and you can hack it.
Yeah. I think also for me, I talked about therapy. I didn't necessarily get into therapy, which is something my therapist probably looked at me like, when is the last time? But yeah. You know that meme for yeah. So therapy really helped me manage and get like a proper healthy outlet for the stresses within this field. And I keep on emphasizing on the sense of community of creators, because there's only so much that someone in another field can tell me if I come and ranch to them how I've been shooting for this and the results are not yielding.
Like you work twice a week in a month.
They don't see what happens behind the scenes and everything. So like that sense of community within creators and creatives, where it's like, Alexia, my post is not doing well, X and Y and Z is happening, and it really helps because there's that feeling of you're not alone, is why it's a community.
Actually, let me just bring this up, because I feel like maybe a lot of people might be thinking about it, just based on interactions that maybe I get with other upcoming content creators or people who are kind of doing their own thing. It kind of feels like there's a group of influencers, like it's clicky. And there's like it's clicky. And because you guys elevate each other, you're in each other's content or whatnot, like naturally that helps you guys grow and get gigs, and you're almost all the time you get almost similar brands working together with you guys. And then it kind of feels like, how do you even become part of the crew? Or collaboration is important, but like where do I even start collaborating? Of course you're gonna say we collaborate with micro influencers, but I feel like there's that element of it being clicky that people sometimes like find it difficult to. I mean, probably you guys are doing what you think is probably best for you, and of course some people are just trying to project onto you, but it's just like there's a sense of trying to fit in that maybe we're not able to get these opportunities because like there's people who are always being reached out to for this stuff, even if so.
I think it's interesting. I was having this conversation with Alexia before you came, and how even I still feel very much intimidated, and there's so many spaces and rooms I enter, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is so awkward.
These guys are besties.
These guys are besties, and I'm the new kid on the block. Like, hey, how y'all doing?
The Tusker campaign.
That's what we were talking about actually.
So I think interesting. People often think of collaborating up and not collaborating around. Like it's when I interact with like other, I still like to think of myself as a growing creator. I've not grown, I've not like peaked or anything. I'm still growing. I'm still
How many
growing.
thousands?
I'm still growing,
No,
you know.
even me, I say growing.
Yeah.
So you interact with the people. It's easier for you to interact and reach out to the people closest to you than reaching out to you get what I'm saying? So I think that they need to demystify that you can collaborate, because even when I started collaborating with creators, it was the creators I have around. We have grown together. Do you know what I mean?
In this
So
space,
so I think you need to, number one, reach out. When you, what's that thing Chris Brown says? Why are you heading from us to the club? You can't even get in. You have to get in it. So you have to interact with creators that are your peers, and then from there now you start to branch out. But if you're from outside, it's always going to look like you can't get into the club. So I think a lot of people, and it's even for me, I still feel very much intimidated and out of place, and I'm just feeling like, oh my god, I should have just stayed in my mother's house. So yeah, I think you have to get out. No, I still live in my mother's house. Shout out to my mom.
touch topic.
So I think for most people, I would really encourage them, start collaborating with the people closest to you, like the ones that are easily accessible, and then you will all continue to grow. Because even as I was a smaller creator.
You grew as a unit, actually.
Exactly.
I think each of you, your numbers sort of, and we'll come into friendships because I feel like that's we love talking about friendships. But you sort of, I even got to interact with some of, like, I've followed you for a while, but I got to interact with, let's say, Stephanie's content. I think I followed Stephanie later, but because of just
our
seeing
interactions
you guys sharing
and
each other's
everything.
posts and stuff like that. Kate, I think I interacted with her mostly on YouTube, but now I started consuming Instagram content a bit more. So it's slow, but not slow sometimes, but steady.
So start with what is around you, because if you, I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be almost difficult to reach out or contact or even access the really big creators, you know. So you start with the people around you, you know. You probably shop from the supermarket closest to you before you go to the one in I don't know where. So
and it doesn't mean that, I even feel like sometimes big creators don't have even sometimes they can just have the numbers but not even they get, especially if it's something if you want to grow. I think peer collaboration is a good way to grow, and not grow sometimes number wise, but grow engagement wise, grow community wise as well.
So that's what I would say. Even for me, I still feel like it's clicky and I'm inside.
Okay, sour then. I think that was one of the questions that I wanted to just ask for the peeps in case they wanted to know.
For the boys and girls.
Boys and the girls, mostly the girls.
And as you said, it's just a matter of just asking. Like just shooting your shot.
Also, shooting your shot can just open doors. You like literally never know what's gonna happen.
And the worst thing someone can say is no.
And it's also the way you position yourself to ask the question or how you're going to ask for that collaboration. When you're sending that proposal, does it also make sense to you as you're sending it? Even if it's audacious, is it realistically audacious?
Are you offering value?
Exactly.
Are you offering value? Yeah.
Because sometimes when you can be a smaller creative, but I need to feel an incentive to sort of work with you. You know, are you a person who doesn't post consistently? Like, anyway, just also offer value. And value can look different. Awesome. So where should we expect SNS? What are you?
Which one is my camera? This is my camera.
Yes.
I think for SNS, number one, I would pray that it is a brand that is still there.
Yes.
Like, so I keep up with the consistency, 5-10 years, whatever that looks like. I pray, I see bigger production budgets. I see my own network. I see live audiences. I see lines of merchandise. Like, listen, do we have all day here? So I have big dreams. I think of it like a media tour stop. Like if people want to do like their PR and stuff, like you have to go through SNS.
Period.
Yeah. So that's where I see it. I see a bigger team. I see grand things. Yeah.
I love
we
that.
see it for you
exciting.
too.
Thank you.
It's so exciting. Anyway, I think we can branch into friendships.
Okay.
So what does friendship mean to you?
Wow. friendship for me feels like home.
The tissues.
Who's cutting onions? I like to think of it like after a long taxing work day, or when you've just had a long rough day and you look forward to going home, for that to get that profound sense of release and liberation and just peace. That's what friendship, it feels like home. Yeah.
I love that.
Friendship feels like home.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, like, you did mention you're friends with fellow creators. Do you have like really close friends or not?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you know, like my partner is my friend. He's not a creator. I have a really good friend who I've been friends with for years. She's called Kinsey. I think you know Kinsey.
I know Kinsey.
Yeah.
We're in the
So
same class.
Kinsey is my heart. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. My sisters, I also count my siblings as my friends. And
amazing.
So I do have.
Have you had bad experience with friendships, like breakups?
Yes, I think ordinarily anybody has, unless you're Beyonce.
I'm sure Beyonce has. I mean, soon we will have her on the show.
Period. Audacious.
She'll do like a Renaissance pit stop at Banter Brunch. Love that for you guys.
September.
But in Alice's month.
September baby.
She's
September baby. Period.
Yeah, so I have experienced my fair share.
How did you deal with that? And like, how do you know when a friendship has expired?
I think I have like let's start from, for me it's three things. As I mentioned earlier, I'm someone who's in touch with my emotions, but it's been a double-edged sword, because often when I was younger, at the very least, it was used against me. You know? Yeah, so and I like to believe that no, honestly, I can cry on cue. I'm very, I would like to think I'm a very sensitive person. So a lot of the times people are like, there's something I hear people not talk about more: emotional objectivity. It is very possible for you to maintain a level of objectivity whilst still feeling the emotions.
Yeah, because everyone feels like once emotions
like they're mutually exclusive. Exactly. So for me, how I know it's time to let a friendship go is, I know as humans, our innate nature is we are emotive. We are designed to share our feelings rather than keep them. So when it starts to feel like I can no longer share said feelings and emotions, then I know, this one is not looking good, bruv. I think another thing is the element of change. And this was inspired by an episode we were shooting of A Love Letter, shameless plug, on the SNS. Plug. Which, in case you don't know, it's a segment that we have dedicated to changing and shaping the narrative around relationships, whether they are platonic, familial, and or romantic. And we try to showcase or feature the different existing realities of these relationships that many may not, relate to, but potentially aspire to. So with that being said, so we're shooting A Love Letter Friends edition with Murugi and Lydia, which was like a fan favorite. And I can't remember exactly what she said verbatim, so I will try to paraphrase. But Lydia was saying how in her friendships, and I think in a conversation with her therapist. Oh, I've remembered the question. We have a deck, and one of the questions is, tell me a relationship or friendship issue you are currently having, and ask me for advice on how to fix it. And she led by saying that her therapist told her, now, which is what I will not quote verbatim because I don't recall, but it was on the element of change, that without either parties of the friendship subjecting themselves to an element of change, is this relationship sustainable under those circumstances?
Okay, so like you're the same.
Like you stick to your ways and I am restricted and committed to mine. Can we proceed? And if we can't, then there's your answer. So that has also been something I have been carrying on since. Like, without either of us being committed to change, can we work? Is this a feasible? Can this machine keep moving? Yeah, so that's the second one. I think I had another point. Sorry, let me just reference. A sister came with notes.
Yeah, nice.
Another one is life. I like to say that life is challenging as is, and friendships shouldn't add to that. which is why I was saying, think of it like, when I say friendships feel like home, you're from a long day at work and you're looking forward to getting this profound sense of release and relief. So I would not come to a home that is just chaotic and just adding on to that. So when it starts to feel like that, and I know a lot of the times when people say that, they allude it to disagreements and misunderstandings and conflicts. I mean, outside of that, if this relationship is hard,
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a conversation before for the breakup to happen?
Hey,
Or do you just,
that's
like,
an
slow
interesting
burn the-
question. This was actually asked in one of the dilemmas. In one of our other segments. I'm here shamelessly plugging.
Yeah, and I forgot to ask you before you answer that.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite segment?
Oh, that's
and like just give us a summary of the segment.
Okay.
We've done love letter.
So we've done a love letter.
1 second. At least you're coming back.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
So we have 4 segments. We've talked about a love letter. Asking for a friend is one of them, where we appeal to our audiences to send us their dilemmas.
Okay.
So whether
And
dilemmas
that
in
has come
school,
from a while
you know,
back.
yeah. So school, work, practice, family, life, personal, etc. And then I and my guests, we respond to said dilemmas. It's more of like we provide our 2 cents and advice if we would presumably be in those situations. Then we have hot seat, which it takes the form of a fun interactive game. So myself and another guest who's the singular focus ask each other questions, and then we can either choose to answer, spin the wheel, and take some nasty concoctions. Then we have debate club. So this one was heavily inspired by my fond recollections of debate club in primary school. So we present motions and
Fond.
you know.
You were in debate club?
Yeah.
Okay.
fond memories.
Debate club life.
Yeah. So we have the motions and supporting context, and then proposers and opposers. So those are the 4 segments. Now it's like asking me which one is my favorite child, but it's, I think as of now, we are yet to introduce 2 new segments, but as of now it's a love letter.
Share
I love letter.
some exclusive info?
No pressure.
We will get to it. We'll get to it. I'll give you behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Off
as
the record.
guys, we've got a lot of
Exclusive.
You know, this is the home exclusive.
Yeah.
So back to Alice's question, the slow burn versus the confrontation.
I am not a confrontational person, but I'm also not avoidant in conflict. I used to be, but now I'm more of like, I like to think that clarity preserves all relationships. It's so common for us to stick to the story we have of occurrences in our lives, and then we also assign roles and characters to the people in said stories. So they may or may not be true, but we need to learn to normalize asking questions. So for me, before the breakup, I have sought clarity. Like I am like, okay, so this is where we stand. It doesn't always work, unfortunately, because obviously it's a conversation between 2 parties. So you could have clocked out Kitambo, and me, I'm here trying to seek clarity.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think my answer to that would be, I'm open to having the conversation, but it's usually more of not for us to break up, but for me to seek clarity. Yeah.
And to be at peace.
I don't know about, I feel like I'm still 50-50 about that, because what is I'm also getting is basically also saying it's okay to ghost the person if you found your clarity.
No, I don't necessarily think it's about ghosting someone. The clarity I am getting is from a conversation we are having.
So in that conversation, will you say, okay, then I don't see the value of this friendship, or are there situations where you feel like
I also like to think that time also, if you'd like to take some time and space apart, however, you'd have to communicate that effectively and efficiently.
Intensity of the friendship. A break,
Yeah, so I'm very strong on seeking clarity, but if we do choose to break up, I would hope that it is a mutual decision. Although life isn't always so clear cut. You could have clocked out earlier, and I'm here trying to get my answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I think for me, even I recently had a certain situation like that, and for me, I was like,
it's not with you.
Really? How is it? Because
sorry,
Brunch.
I know about.
Maybe this is the clarity.
Actually, Alice, not around the podcast. I wanted to bring up something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, that's not that deep. But I was just like, it was those kinds of, you don't want. I think it's unfair to disconnect from someone and start pulling away. And I think it depends with the type of friend this is
Yeah.
or where they are in your life. Not that those ones like we won't see each other. It's
just there's a natural there.
yeah, but there are those ones where you talk almost daily or
every
weekly,
other day,
or you meet up or you link up. So you're like, if I act weird, they'll sense I'm acting weird, and I don't think that's a fair thing to do to someone to pull away and they're like, really do, So I think for me it was this ones of I have already made up my mind of the direction I want this friendship to take, but I can't assume the person knows that. So I think that's why it's like, okay, I need to have the conversation with this person. And again, I like what you said, you can have the conversation in your head, assign roles, and maybe it's a misinterpretation of things. So I think you owe that person an opportunity to, I don't want to say prove you right or prove you wrong, but like just explain themselves, and then you're like, okay, cool, I think. And as I said, life is not always clear cut. Sometimes obviously someone's like, okay, if roles were reversed, I'd fight for this, or I'd want a different outcome. But I think it still gives you peace moving forward that you had the conversation and you expressed your feelings.
Clarity preserves all relationships.
So basically, okay, me, I just have trauma because I was ghosted from a serious friendship. And so I'm never okay with.
Oh, you were ghosted.
Remember,
okay.
She's the victim.
You just have to show. So you are ghosted. You are the victim.
No, I wanted to ask.
Too soon. Yeah.
It's a soft spot. It's a soft spot. So did you seek clarity?
I mean, of course I
Are
did,
you
but I
open to?
never got any. Of course, me, I'm also a very talkative person, or just someone who, hey, so what's the MO?
Just talk about it.
Or I'll bring it up. So yeah, you were saying I had that, what's going on.
Yeah.
But in this particular case, it was just like I said, a slow burn. It's just like we talk every day, and then now it's like excuses. It was also a long distance, so it's like, oh, today I can't hop on a call, I'm busy, and then now all of a sudden it's like a week and she's still busy, and then. But it was very weird because she would always pick my calls, whether she's busy, whether she's in office, whether she's home. But then it's like, I can't pick. Then kidogo, it's like the texts start getting slower. The calls were just never used to be picked. Checking in, nothing. And then just died. She just ghosted me one day. Yeah.
Sorry, Alice. And I feel so sad now for you. Like just for the experience, because as I said, it's very unfair. I think it's a very unfair thing, especially when you're used to a certain intensity and you're left wondering. I don't think it's fair to leave someone with so many questions.
Questions, because that was my ride or die.
I'd even rather I send you a text, I explain to you I'm doing this, I'm ghosting you, and I block you.
I never
I've
got
given
that.
you
clarity.
You
have clarity is
at
the
least
king.
Your clarity, even if it doesn't make sense. Because
for you, exactly.
I think maybe 2-3 months later is when I got a text from her saying, like, this is, I just don't want to like associate again with you. I'd never got why.
I'm sorry.
But she just said, I'm wishing you all the best. And of course I did a whole paragraph of, you should have told me if there was an issue. Why would you not? Like, I felt like the value of our friendship was so intense for you to all of a sudden to just drop it without any clarification,
no warning,
without any text,
nothing.
no warning, nothing. Just like,
I'm
kaput.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over it now. It's been like 3 years.
Okay, that was like a quick.
No. It took me a very long time to like get over it. It's still a very touchy topic because I feel like the trauma of just losing a very close friend without that clarity until today, I still don't have the clarity.
Yeah.
It's one that I do not empathize when someone talks about like not communicating like something.
It's interesting because we had shameless plug. I think we need to have like an SNS trigger. Like SNS is coming. We had a therapist. I was getting to it. See me after this. We featured 2 therapists, and I was telling you earlier how they were responding to these people's dilemmas. Like, I was like, guys, how you know that?
Yeah.
Who sent you? And she mentioned something along the lines of the challenge with people like me who like to seek clarity is we also have this. What is the word? It's almost like an innate need for you to understand me. Like, I want you to understand me. In the same breath that I'm seeking clarity from you, I want you to understand me.
True.
And over time I have learned to relinquish my need for people to understand me and now just accept, which as it doesn't make it any easier, but sometimes there are moments where it clocks in and you're like, if you feel like someone has committed to misunderstanding you, then we're not making any progress.
Very committed to misunderstanding you is definitely something that people do.
Yeah,
because everyone's always right. Nobody's ever wrong.
Ego, no, ego and experiences, and I think for sometimes it's a decision. Like, you have to decide: am I willing to put up with this? Because I feel like sometimes people can be like, oh, that's just my nature, that's my personality, that's how I am. So I think it's still for you to decide, okay, Sawa, that's you, but am I willing to accommodate you the way you are, know, and the things you've done to me? Because to you, maybe you're completely right and without fault, and that's fine. So it's still you to decide if I want that in my life and make a decision about that. Because even someone can, let's say Alice, the scenario you explained, maybe for her logic was like, okay, I don't want to be your friend anymore, and you can't say she was wrong, like, until she had her reasons to be like, probably, I don't think this can
work. Though she could have communicated
the communication part
effectively.
By the time you're
and
cutting me off, you probably
efficiently.
thought about it for a hot minute.
Exactly.
How was the tone and delivery? Was it like of said breakup?
The
text came 3 months later. The tone was still just like, listen, I'm not giving you any clarity. I'm just wishing you all
this is
the
like
best.
A by the way.
This is just
like a notice.
Maybe she never once apologized for any of the decisions she'd made to cut me off or ghost me. But it was more just like, I'm wishing you all the best. And
see ya.
I'm just not into this anymore.
Also, on the in the same breath of understanding, I was reading something even when you guys had prepped me with the topic of friendship and how you have your understanding, I have my understanding, but more often than not we don't have a shared understanding. So you are stuck and committed to your story. In your story, I'm the villain and the antagonist. In my story, and we don't have a shared understanding. So that is also something that could potentially lead to friendship breakups.
But just relationships
in general. If there's no shared understanding, then
But see, that's life.
Such is c'est la vie.
Okay, tell us about your fashion.
I'm a fashionista.
How did you? I'm so serious. Like me, me and Alexia are trying to change our look. Now we are apparently, in media, you're supposed to dress. I'm busy like trying to get clothes. I'm like, I've worn all of them for this 119 episodes of Banter, Brunch. Like each up Waliona episode 100. Okay, so I see, so just tell us what's the tea? Do you have like a set budget for shopping because it's part of your brand as well, or it's something you also love doing? But like, how did you, get so stylish?
Because I did journalism and I'm a communicator. At least that's what I like to think of myself. You communicate by also how you dress. So a lot of the times,
communication people.
We have a look. There's a look we're supposed to be having.
I know I can say a lot, even just how I'm perceived is already communicating something. But I think for me, it's just been one of those. Since I was a small kid, I was always the people who take 30 years to get dressed. Like kujipamba, like I'm going to select stand in the mirror for hours. My mother is literally hooting at it. But no, I'm looking at, is this dress looking okay? So for me, I think it's always been something that's been innate. And then now when I grew up as I am growing up, I have started to get resources. But also for me, building my closet has been collaborations. I am good friends with like stylists and everything, and I pick up a lot of things. Pinterest is also
how do relationships with stylists work? Do they bring the clothes for you, or do they work with what you have?
Either way, it could work either way. So if you're trying to build a capsule wardrobe, they'll probably come into your closet and be like, okay, Alexia, you have a lot of jeans, but where are the official pants? I see you have a lot of spag tops. Do you have turtlenecks?
Really?
So yeah, there are
how
stylists that
much?
could be that could do that. you want
on
like
a
I
mission.
can
We need a
recommend
content.
one.
Really?
I can recommend one who I've seen has been doing a lot of personal like
True.
decluttering and helping you like through the
Decluttering,
process.
because there's a lot, but there's nothing.
We need
Yeah.
a bunch of a branch something, Buana.
Yeah. So there's someone I know who I could definitely recommend. She does a really great job in transforming people's
Do you
personal
wanna plug
wardrobes.
her or you just wanna?
Oh, absolutely. I'm forgetting her. Her handle, but I know her styling page. It's called One Styling, and also Kayla Okari. One like WAN styling, and Kayla. Call my girl Kayla.
Oh, sorry. Now we've gone to
To the Instagrams to check.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I also consult Kayla a lot. I'm always calling. I'm like, babe, I don't know if this is looking great. I mean, obviously you have to pay consultation, but that's my girl.
Yeah.
So this is also a shameless plug.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I'm also an avid online shopper. Like I buy a lot of my things online, and the more I purchase things now, I have like plugs. If I want to get shoes, this is the place. These are the places I go to. If I want to get
I
this,
also follow those pages.
Yeah.
You know.
Just get a stylist. I think
yeah. Let them
This is a personal issue.
Stephanie was born with it. So I think
yeah. But I will say, if
But I
you
feel
if
like is it an expensive endeavor?
it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, hey, my
Plan for
closet
it.
at this
It's worth
point.
it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I am a lover of clothes and shoes. I could quite clearly, buy a pair of shoes and not feel a single thing. I'm like, at the very least, I look good. I couldn't look at problems. So
Wow.
yeah.
yeah, but I think yours and you're born with it.
Yeah, I have a crazy love for clothes and shoes and bags. I just love it, and just also me putting out an outfit and looking good and feeling good does great
that's
for
great.
my mental health. That's what I'm saying. I don't look like my problems. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Next after September when you guys see me.
With your new
She'll
age.
be
Your new big
outside.
age.
Yeah, I'll be
No, but
outside.
it's true. Because when I feel like I think I have a good sense of fashion in my head.
Yeah.
In everyone's head.
Yeah.
We've already said we're not born with it. So
Yeah.
it's in your head, you think.
You have a style. You know, I was told I
Yeah.
look like Alexia, and I know exactly what he meant
Yeah.
because this is
Alexia.
stereotypical.
These are your
Alexia.
these are your clothes.
I know, but like you have a style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a style that I want to grow into. But I think sometimes you need these stylists because one, they know where to source.
Yeah.
They'll hata hao wamesomea
Yeah.
kitu na pia they've been born with it. So
Also, what would really help is following you curate your feed and your timeline to, because if I showed you my explore, it's cats, stylists, and
Hapo kwa cats.
fashion
let me check my
creators,
explore.
because
that's babies.
this is content I consume on a daily. I'm able to pay, and you don't necessarily need to get the exact same pants, but
you'll
the
have an
idea. Yeah. So the more people you follow, it starts to kick in. Like you are what you eat, so you are what you consume.
I'll be like, oh, that top.
I think I need some basics first, and I think that's what I've started to do. The black
then you
dress,
can
tops, and then start building like a blazer. Maybe is an essential.
Also, if you go to Pinterest and you just check outfit layouts, like I don't know, maybe if I can show you.
Okay.
I
feel like such a show. Outfit.
I know it.
Yeah.
Hiyo hapo umeita nini?
So, sorry, let me connect to the
As if we don't have
internet.
Pinterest. Tuko nayo hatuitumii for
Nimeona hizi ma layout.
Are you seeing? Let me exactly.
Yeah, screenshot gidi you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
from October.
Hey, brand you.
I want to open for you mine. So I have so many pins.
Hey.
This is how my outfit layouts look like. So it's like, this is a denim skirt. This is how I can style a denim skirt. These are dresses. These are, and Pinterest does a good job. Yeah. But yeah, just check outfit layouts. You have jeans. This is a fun way to style them. So I usually write
And sometimes
outfit
you
layouts. Yeah.
Sometimes you have the actual items in your closet.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, jeans, you'll just wear
I'm
the
creating
t-shirt,
a
boring.
new board style.
And you have now a blazer because you'll see in the layout. Oh, I
Yeah.
have a bag like that. I have
Yeah.
heels, block heels or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We are
Pinterest
learning.
is your sister.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just use Pinterest.
I'm now interested.
Yeah. Even ChatGPT at this point. Any AI tool. Yeah, you can just go and
I need
say
an outfit for
generate outfit layouts with jeans.
for my next vacation. This is what I have.
Yeah. But Pinterest also really helps.
I'm into this, Sasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you save up to 1,000 pins.
Man.
Yeah.
Actually, me, I just go for house inspiration of what I envision my
your
house
dream
is gonna
home.
be. So
I
use
hear you.
it for a lot of
Don't we
houses,
all
so.
have like a home pin on Pinterest?
I looked at mine. It was so funny the other day because I did it. I think when I was 15. I must do it at home before marriage.
Hey, wow! Can she screen record and put it? We wanna see it. We wanna see
I
it.
just moved from my mother's house to home. Anyway, I'm not saying much.
She
but
said from maternal to marital.
home before marriage. And
Yeah.
I act on it. I was like, wow.
It's 90. I'm chilling. When is
Get
Mr.
ready.
We've been ready. We've been
Yeah.
ready.
So Pinterest outfit layouts, and there's so many. When I started doing that, I was like, I have so many things.
Yeah. Your closet. Or
And
even
then
now
you
you know
put
what
together.
to buy. And
Next recording, yeah.
me not next. Give me
I'm
time.
inspired.
Guys.
I'm inspired.
Oh, but by the time,
By the time she's
talk to the
ushering in her
stylist.
new
The
year.
next episode is my birthday.
Period.
So
Period.
what do you want us to wear?
And that's on Alice.
Smart.
You don't know me, I'll consult my stylist.
Hey,
I don't know about you.
She's going to come in haute couture.
And I will, and then
She's
tell her
gonna be sitting here.
dress from, from,
Yeah.
okay, new year, new us.
Love that for you. And that's on Alice.
And that's on Alice. Actually, that's
She's gonna
that's
start
my
saying
new,
that.
That's my new thing. And that's
That's
on
on
Thanks
Alice.
for spinning it that way because I think we've been in that season, and even since we started the podcast, we keep saying we need to start dressing up sometime. But then we're so comfortable.
Also, I have a question for you because every time I get asked this question, do you save outfits for a particular thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I do, but not as often like that. But I know.
Yeah.
Okay, me monthly, I know I'm going for something like Gondwana. So this is the next one.
I used to do that a lot, and then what would happen is I'm buying every time there's something.
Yes.
I'm buying something, and then I'm never gonna wear them again. So I started to become a hoarder.
I'm such a hoarder because I'm like everything is so different. You can't really like.
So you have pieces, you don't have outfits.
Exactly.
So
So now you change to have things that can go.
yeah,
with a lot
like
more
I
things.
ask myself because it's a battle I face. I'm an online shopper. I follow a lot of stuff. I'm always seeing like new stock. So a lot of the times I'm like, okay, do I truly need this?
Yeah.
Like Stephanie, do you need this? Okay, there are times I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it, and then Kissy Badai. But now I'm very intentional. I'm like, do you really need these shoes? If you're hesitant about, you don't necessarily need them.
Forget about it.
Yeah, so it's about addressing your wants versus needs while building your closet.
Well, thanks Alice for taking it that way, and thank you for answering
Anytime.
so wonderfully.
Anytime.
Like, I'm excited to go shopping.
Yeah, and
How-
Pinterest is your friend. Those outfit layouts, they save you so much.
Hey, tonight, that's where I am at.
Yeah.
Muskia girlies and brunchies. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. Anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything else. I was just gonna. Never mind. I wanted to ask Gidi how far along. I was looking for a filler. Like, okay, I just wanted to.
How long are we?
What? Okay, that's a long thing.
I can talk your ears off.
Part 2.
Yeah.
We'll do part 2. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Steph, for coming in. I think
Thank
this
you
has
for
been a
having
lovely, very
me.
diverse kind of episode, and we just love to get to know more about SNS, your journey, and what it takes to build the empire that you are building. And we just hope that everything that you're doing shall prosper.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
And yeah, I guess you guys, it's now up to you to like this video, which you should have done, because if you're this far along, like,
Yeah,
please,
like we've dropped.
What is the reason?
Like, guys, surely we're still arguing about 101k followers. I mean, 1k subscribers on YouTube. Like, let's be serious. Those views that we're getting now and the subscribers, they're not translating. So you guys know that you need to get with the system.
Quality.
Yeah.
You need to get with the system.
Get on your Zoom.
Yeah.
You need to get every
Get
day
on your
10. You gotta
Zoom.
be on your Zoom. So
Yeah.
make sure you follow us, Banter Brunch, everywhere on all our social media platforms, as well as if you want to send us something, a proposal or something of the sort, banterbrunch@gmail.com. Do you want to say our personals? But maybe we'll be also share Stephanie's platforms, handles, especially to her SNS platform, so that you can engage, interact, and support on there. We'll
send
also
money.
link them in
Thank
the
you.
description. Send money, proposals, and
Yes.
details. Pia.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I've really, really, really enjoyed this episode.
I've
so
I've
happy
learned
that
styling,
you came.
friendship.
Yeah. And I'm also very challenged,
Yeah, because it's also very inspiring.
We're
Yeah,
peers, and I'm like the plan A, go for this thing.
Yeah.
Or plan A.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I've had so much fun. I could quite literally talk your ears off, but
Part two
loading.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, I think we're gonna end the episode there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.